Hey everyone, my name is Melwin, and today we're going to be discussing and reflecting on today's gospel, which is John chapter 5, verses 1 through 18. This passage discusses the healing of an ill man at the pool near Jerusalem, called Bethesda in Hebrew. This pool was known for having a large number of ill, blind, lame, and crippled individuals who were housed in the pool's five porticos. Some of them have been there for several years, and one such man had been ill there for 38 years. Knowing this, Jesus asked the man if he wished to be well, and the man answered that he has no one that can put him into the pool when it is stirred, and that somebody else always beats him to it. To this, Jesus replied, "Rise, take up your mat, and walk." Immediately the man became well, picked up his mat, and walked. But seeing this angered the Jews nearby, as the day was a Sabbath. Once understanding that it was Jesus who told the man to pick up his mat, they began to persecute Jesus, to which Jesus answered, "My Father is at work, so I am at work." This even further angered the Jews because not only did Jesus break the rules of Sabbath, but he was also calling God his Father, which makes him equal to God. In this passage, what we see highlighted the most is Jesus' compassion. He chose to go to the pool and he chose to converse with the sick man. He didn't need to go to the pool to get into Jerusalem, but he chose to go there out of his pure of heart. And when Jesus saw the ill man, he asked him if he wants to be healed. And the man's answer wasn't that of utter faith or righteousness necessarily, but rather a simple explanation of his situation. He'd been there for several years, and nobody was there for him to was there to bring him to the pool, and he was always beat by some other person that was there. And immediately upon hearing this, without further thought, Jesus told the man to get up and walk, and immediately healed him. And furthermore, we see Jesus' glory being highlighted by John. Jesus knew well that the day was a Sabbath, and that healing a man and telling him to carry his mat would most definitely cause conflict with the Jews. But yet we see how Jesus' glory is forged through conflict that arises from his ministry. When persecuted by the Jews, he answered it by saying, "My Father is at work, and so I am at work." This solidifies his glory as the Son of God.